Protecting ourselves, lots to do. So as you can see here, this is what I'm doing for friends and family. This is what I'm doing for myself. I got it all sitting here. And there's a reason for this. Like, what is this? Well, I got the oranges over here because oranges are really good. You got the vitamin C, right? That's something right there. Plus hydration, which is incredible, right? Cranberries in case I want to make some cranberry waters. I got some ginger over here for a reason too, right? The ginger tea. Thyme. Look at all this beautiful thyme. You know why. Everybody knows why for the thyme, right? And I got some supplementation here. All the system builders, right? All those, right? All the bleep system builders, right, you guys? So that's what this is. It's the bleep system builders, and it's all here, right? Good to see you guys right now. Here we're live, and I just wanted to let everybody know, I mentioned it about, 7, 8 months ago, maybe 10 months ago. I would always mention it saying in the fall and winter, we're going to need to keep our system strong, right? So I talked about that all through, good to see everybody coming on. I talked about that all through the summer. All through the summer, I said, wait till you guys see, you're going to want to be prepared. You're going to want to have your zinc shock therapy ready. You're going to want to have your micro C ready. You're going to want to have at least your ginger and your thyme water ready and your ginger tea, whatever it is. You want to be prepared. You want to keep your system strong is what you want to do. Trisha Marie says you sure did. And now we're heading into a place, we're going into the winter. Everybody's systems need to be protected and strong is what needs to happen. So everybody's systems need to be protected and strong. And you'll see I keep on saying systems, right? Exactly. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You know what system I'm talking about. So as we're going in there, you see people coughing, you'll see friends coughing, you'll see people with the runny noses, the sniffles, you see people with all the cold stuff, right? All going on wherever you are around the world right now. It's like, oh, that person's not feeling good. Well, that person's not feeling good. That person's coming down with something. That person's coming down with something. So how can we protect ourselves? And how can we protect our own systems? So I just wanted to do a little reminder. I've said it was coming. I said there's going to be a lot of people not feeling good. And that's where we're going to be heading into a wave of that. I talked about this months and months ago. You guys know I saw it coming, not because I'm smart or anything like that. It's only because of my source, right? Spirit of Compassion is telling me that it was coming in the late fall and the winter. And that's what I was saying to everybody. So what do we do? What do we do? What do we do to look out for ourselves? Well, if you can't get supplements, right? Can't get the right supplementation, then there's other things you can do. So I do everything is what I like to do. So I like to have the supplementation going on, which I'll talk about some of the best system builders. So, right? And I also like having the thyme water and the thyme tea going on. I even like to do aloe right here. I know you can't see that probably, but I even like doing the aloe too. So that's another thing all on its own. Every single day, that's an immune helper right there. Okay, you got the aloe, right? So that's one. So let's make a couple of things. Let's do a few things. What do I do? Give me a thumbs up if you can. If that's something you guys can do. Thumbs up or whatever it is, a like or whatever, however it works. If you like the show today, we're talking about building up your system. Love you, Anthony. MM saved my life. I'm honored you're here, truly, okay? Hit thumbs up or hit the follow button. Turn on your bell notifications. Turn those on too, you guys, okay? And I know it's a crazy time right now. We got the holidays coming on, right? There's a lot going on. But I can't help but to let you guys know or give a reminder to what you can do to help your systems stay strong, because that's important right there. Okay, so it really is. Let's go. Let's get talking. Let's get into this now. So what I'm doing every single day right now is I'm taking that right there and the zinc, right? You guys see it. Every single day I'm taking it. That's what I'm doing. I'm having every friend, every family member, every loved one, I'm having them do the zinc right now. I'm like, make sure you do 2 dropperfuls in the morning. You do 2 dropperfuls later on in the day or at night. So that's what I'm telling family right now. So just 2 dropperfuls twice a day. You can be somebody, you can do 6 tiny drops. And then, because I'm seeing it out there too, I got people contacting me and like, oh my God, I don't feel good. What is this? Is it a cold? And they're just like that. And I'm like, look, you got to do the zinc shock therapy. I do the medical medium zinc shock therapy. Okay. And that's important right there. You 2 dropperfuls every 3 hours. You can do that. 2 dropperfuls every 3 hours, zinc shock therapy. And so that's what I'm telling friends and family. I'm hearing it out there all over the place. Everybody's running themselves down. This is the time of year people run themselves down greatly. And then you got the critters going around. And everybody's got the critters going around. So that's something, you know, that we have to look out for. You're doing zinc every day, Clara? Amazing. That's so good. So what I'm doing right here is the zinc. So I'm going to just start setting myself up with a shot, right? So I'm putting 2 dropperfuls in that shot glass right there. So I got 2 dropperfuls in there, okay? And then I'm doing some cat's claw. You ask your doctor what's right for you. Oh, this is the Vimergy brand. So it's V as in Victor, I, M as in Mary, ERGY.com. I'm not sponsored. I'm not sponsored. Quality matters. It matters. It's just the brand I love. And I know these guys, you know, become good friends with them throughout the years because of what they've done. And I reach out to all the supplement companies and all the different companies out there, and I try to become friends with them. So then they can respect what I'm asking them to, like, make sure that the stuff stays clean, to make sure the quality's there, to make sure they don't cut corners, to make sure there's no citric acid, to make sure there's no fillers in there, to make sure there's nothing bad in there. And so what I love about the Vimergy company is they went above that. They've even superseded anything I've ever asked, anything I've ever questioned, they superseded way above. And they just like, no, we're going to take it to a level no one's ever seen before in our history of the supplement world. So that's why I use those. Henna says, yes, quality matters. Vimergy supplements are the purest. So cat's claw is what I do too. That's one right there. I just do a little cat's claw. I just put a dropperful there. But you know what? A friend reached out and like, I'm really sick right now. And I'm just choking on mucus. And I'm just coughing. My throat's running. My throat's sore. And I'm starting to feel it in the chest. And I'm like, do you have the cat's claw? And I'm like, no, let me order it. And so, you know, and then I do make sure you're doing like 3 dropperfuls of that stuff. Make sure that's happening. I just put a dropperful in there. I'm making myself a builder, system builder. So that right there is the olive leaf. So Vimergy put out this incredible olive leaf that just goes over anything I've ever seen out there in the olive leaf world. So that's what's incredible about this one. And that one I'm really excited about because I've been able to offer friends and family something else that's really potent for what we're dealing with right now. So what we're dealing with right now. So anyway, the olive leaf, incredible stuff right there. I'm going to do a couple of things. So I'm going to make some thyme water. I'm going to cut open some aloe. Might squeeze some lemons. I got some oranges over here. I'm going to do the medical medium vitamin C shock therapy too. So I'm going to do some olive leaf right there. Putting 2 dropperfuls in there. If you guys don't know Vimergy, it's Vimergy. I'm not sponsored. It's just the stuff is that good. And you'll see I'm always talking about Vimergy mostly lately in the supplement world because what happens is with supplement companies, they're all trying to cut corners. And ever since the whole thing that happened, right? The whole thing that happened in the last couple of years with what we're dealing with, the supplement companies out there, because I've been talking to a lot of them, just doing like some balance and check with them. Like, are you keeping out the natural flavors? Are you keeping out the citric acid to these other companies? And they're like, look, AW, we can't be perfect. You wouldn't believe I can't say the name of the supplement company, but I had a meeting with a supplement company last week, right? And it was to be like, look, you guys, I can show your stuff because they asked me to show their stuff. If you take out this and this and this, you can't have the citric acid in there. You can't have the natural flavors in there. And this is what the CEO said to me. The CEO said this to me. Look, Anthony, that's what he said to me. We can't be perfect. We have good quality stuff, but we can't be perfect. I said, but you said it. That's fine with me then. See you later. They're like, where are you going? I go, I got to get off this phone call. They're like, where are you going? We waited a long time to talk to you. I'm like, you just said you can't be perfect. If I'm going to be recommending something to my people, it's got to be as good as Vimergy. It has to be as good. It has to. They're like, we can't be perfect. You don't understand the bottom line. We can't afford this or can't afford that. I'm like, I get it. I get it. You don't want to rise up to that occasion. Anyway, so the Vimergy stuff is why I've been showing it so much, because of these are some of the reasons. That's the licorice. I'm going to put some licorice in. What I love about the licorice is it's so good. It's so good for you for so many reasons. I'm actually running low on that one. I can't believe how low actually on that one. But yeah, I just love licorice. Shamima says, thank you, AW. You are our living prophet for sure. I have all the Vimergy subs in Canada and bought the MM900 juicer on sale. Cool, you got it on sale, thank God. Hands down, it's the best juicer out there. Been juicing for 30 years. Oh my God, that's been your experience. If you're juicing for 30 years, what, like 30 years is what, like 1991? I mean, that's unbelievable. It is, that's incredible you're juicing that long. That's amazing. Jenny says, kindly, what is olive leaf for? Okay. Anti-critter. Anti-critter. You guys notice I'm saying critter? Anti-critter. I just don't... I want to make sure we can stay on. This is what I want to make sure. So I'm saying anti-critter. Anti-bug. Right? So that's what it is. Anti... anti that. That's what olive leaves for. Okay, let's keep on going here. I said I wasn't gonna fool around today. I said I was gonna take things serious. I just can't stay serious for long enough. I can't. How you guys doing on TikTok? We're on Telegram right now. Live on Rumble. We're live on YouTube, right? Tara Appleman, good to see you. Courtney M.A. All right, you guys. So what else do we got going? We talking about this thing. So that's the lemon balm right there. What's incredible about this lemon balm is the potency. So it's 10-to-1, right? Highly potent. So all the people I know out there that reach out to me and they're like, I got really crazy anxiety. My anxiety's out of control. I'm like, do you have the 10-to-1? Just keep that with you right there. And just pull that out. Boom. Shoot some of that in. That 10-to-1. That stuff, that's potent. Like, the thing is with the 10-to-1 lemon balm, when it's a quality like this, is that when you send it down, you don't need pot. You don't need pot. People who are I'm not a pot smoker, but people who are pot smokers, like, send down the 10-to-1 and you're not going to need pot. Just give it some time. And you're going to, everybody who's like addicted to marijuana, everybody's addicted to marijuana out there because it's people just smoking it left and right, right? They even kept it the same price. So Vimergy kept it the same price, right? Companies would never do that. Companies don't make the 10-to-1. So, because when I was talking to the CEO of this other supplement company that was reaching out to me, and I said, can you do any 10-to-1? They're like, no way in hell. We can never do that. We can never do that. We'd have to charge $1 billion for it. I'm like, you guys are just so lame. Anyway, they kept it the same price, but it's 10-to-1. But I know everybody's smoking marijuana these days because I hear about it 24/7 out there, right? And I'm like, try a 10-to-1 lemon balm for the nervous system and brain, for the central nervous system, for the brain stem. And then you might be able to actually give up your pot addiction. You might be able to give up your pot addiction. We're talking about building up our system because of everything happening right now, so I got to stay on track. Talking about pot right now might not be the most productive thing. So let's talk about the vitamin C. That's the micro C. So I wasn't going to do a live for a while because I got a lot going on, but I'm getting phone calls and texts left and right, people I haven't talked to in years that are coming down with the critter right now. They're coming down with a case of the critters. They got the chills. They don't feel good. They got the temperature. They're coughing. They got the sniffles. They got all that. So they're coming down with a case of the critters. And so that's why, and I know that a lot of people are up against that right now with the holiday and everything. So I just wanted to cover just a couple little things about it. So we got the micro C. So we do 2,500. This is the vitamin C shock therapy, you guys. Medical medium vitamin C shock therapy. Let me move stuff over, right? We can do that right in here. So I'm going to open up 2 capsules, right? Do this every 2 hours, every waking 2 hours. You got something happening. You're coming down with something. You're coming down with a case of the critters. Do the micro C, 2 capsules every 2 hours. That's what I would do. Do what your doctor tells you. I'm just telling you what I recommend family and friends. So what I just put in there were 2 capsules of the micro C. It's the Vimergy micro C. Easiest stuff on the stomach and the most potent. Right? Cheryl says, AW, what is the reason you take the tinctures separately? Well, what it is here is the tinctures. I drop the tinctures in here and I do a shot. That's what I do. I do a shot of tinctures. I put a little bit of water in there. So that's what happens there, right? I put a little bit of water in here and I do a shot with the tinctures, okay? Vitamin C shock therapy is going to be something a little different, right? That's the medical medium vitamin C shock therapy. I do it in here. So we'll get a little bit of hot water going. So I'm going to turn on the tea kettle for a second. And we'll get some hot water going. All right. And we're making the vitamin C shock therapy. If you guys just came on here, we're talking about building your system for what's happening right now. And just a reminder, you guys, I hate bugging you. I hate bugging you. But sign up for my newsletter if you get a chance so you know what's going on. You go to medicalmedium.com after this. You sign up for my newsletter because in January, we're doing a medical medium morning cleanse challenge in January. Early January, the medical medium morning cleanse challenge. Just letting you know. Sign up to the newsletter so you know when that is, the whole bit. The link is in profile for my newsletter. Link is in the description for my newsletter. Sign up to the Medical Medium newsletter so you know what the Medical Medium Morning Cleanse Challenge is coming up. It's coming up in early January, and we're going to have a blast. We're going to have a blast. If you're somebody new to all of that, new to the cleanse challenges, do you think anybody's going to be in the mood to do a cleanse challenge come early January? I hope so. I hope so. Make sure you got a copy of Cleanse to Heal. Get it free from the library or get it at Amazon.com US, right? 51% off. But make sure you have this book for early January so we can do the Medical Medium Morning Cleanse Challenge together. Sign up to the newsletter too. You guys, I'm psyched about it, really. Honestly, I'm really psyched about it. I'm just going to be straight up about that. Really psyched. So I got some really hot water right here. You don't have to use hot water. You're not supposed to use hot water in this one. Okay. So we're gonna use another glass. That's what happens when you got too much going on. So we got the vitamin C going in. You know what I love about being live? So you don't know what's going to happen. Cheryl, AW, is it okay to take the tincture amounts all at one time as opposed to twice a day? Is it less effective? You could take it all at one time. Cheryl, also ask your doctor what's right for you. If it was me, Cheryl, right? I like doing twice a day, but if you can't do twice a day, I've always said to people, I've always said to family, I've always said to friends, you can do it once a day. You can, all right? And here's the thing about that question right there. That question, I think, is in here too. Like the answer is in here too, under protocols, supplements, questions, and protocols in Cleanse to Heal. But I'm glad you asked. Pomegranates, that's what these are. Crack one open, have some pomegranates. They're good for your immune system. So we're making the vitamin C shock therapy. We got the 2 capsules right there. I'm going to put a little bit of honey in here too. Some honey. I'm going to crack open an orange. Let's do that. We're going to squeeze an orange in here. There you go. That's the vitamin C shock therapy right there. Gonna mix it up. Every 2 hours, every 2 waking hours, do not wake yourself up in the middle of the night to take it. If you're sleeping when you're sick, that's a great thing. Because right now, everybody's coughing their guts out. Everybody's got the mucus draining into their chest. They can't sleep. They're just coughing all through the night. And if you're up and you're not sleeping, sure, you can do another round. 2 capsules every 2 hours, every waking hours, right, of the medical medium vitamin C shock therapy. Yep. So that's important right there. You guys saw I put the honey in there, right? Mixed it up, got the honey in there. I got the orange in there, and I got the vitamin C capsules in there too. Lifesaver, thank you, Anthony. Incredible, you must be doing this one. You can also use maple syrup if you don't want to use honey, because a lot of people don't use honey. You can also use maple syrup, and that's all right too, okay? It is. Do you have any help for those who have joint pain, fibromyalgia? Shia, check out the book. Get it free at the library if you can, okay? It's $16.99 at Amazon.com US, but you can get it free at the library. So if you don't have the $16 or anything like that, I know a lot of people are on a really tight budget, go to the library, try to get that book out there for free, and check it out, okay? And you can read all about the fibro, read all about like what to do for it, all of that, including like how to take little gentle steps to it, baby steps. The information's there. You can just go to the library for that for sure, no problem, all right? So we'll talk about other stuff for the immune system. Here's an incredible product right here. This is a system builder, and this is the elderberry syrup. Now, you might be like, well, I've heard of elderberry syrup before. I've seen it. You can get elderberry syrup in the store. You can't get this elderberry syrup. This is from freshly juiced elderberries. This is from juiced elderberries. All elderberry syrups they're dried and then boiled. So there's a big difference right there. So this is the Vimergy elderberry syrup. The other difference in the elderberry syrup here, it's got mulberry extract. So it's got a highly medicinal charge to it with that mulberry tree, mulberries from the big mulberry trees put into here too. So it's got the mulberry extract in with the elderberry that's juiced with vitamin C, and there's nothing out there like it. So this is basically what I love about like the Vimergy elderberry syrup, and it's got the micro C in it. What I love about the Vimergy elderberry syrup is they're like the forefront. Everybody's talking a good game out there, like do this because of what's going on out there. Do this because of all the, what people are up against. It's like, really? No, these guys are like all the way on the forefront, leading the way. Companies can't touch them. They can't touch them. Like they couldn't even do this. It wouldn't be possible for them to create this product. Companies could never do it. They would have to charge $1 billion. I'm just exaggerating for that, but they have to charge so much, and they couldn't do it anyway. They wouldn't have the connections or the technology. So there's no cane sugar in here. So that's important to know. There's no cane sugar in here. So this is literally a forefront product to build a system that no one has ever seen before. And if they didn't do that, I wouldn't be sitting here talking about it. But they're creating things that I can't help but to talk about, because it's like that. It's off the chart. So when you're talking about mulberry extract and then juiced elderberry and then honey instead of cane syrup, cane sugar, honey instead of cane sugar, and then micro C, all in an elderberry syrup. You can't, you can't touch that. You can do 1 tablespoon of this stuff. You can do 2 tablespoons of this stuff. You can do a day. I'm telling, if you're sick, I mean, I would be like a tablespoon 3 times a day if you're sick. I mean, that's what I would do. If I was sick and I was coughing and I had a sore throat and my immune was down low, definitely. So it's just, no one can touch this product. I'm just letting you guys know. And that's the Vimergy elderberry syrup. And I always say it's like, basically the bottom line when it comes down to it, I'm like, how do you battle darkness, right? And darkness is what creates all the sickness out there. That's what darkness does, right? Well, how do you battle it? You need companies that are light workers. And that's the thing out there. They're not just in it for profit and it's just profit alone, right? You need companies that are light workers that say, well, we can battle that darkness by doing something the darkness did not expect. The darkness did not expect like weapons like this. So darkness creates what you see out there happening, right? With all the games and all the different critters that everybody's up against, everybody coughing and sick. Darkness purposely creates all that to keep people down, to break them down, to torture them. And then you need light with technology, right? So you need companies that actually want to work for the light, right? You need companies that want to work for God. Companies that want to work for Jesus Christ. Companies that want to work for the light. Companies want to work for, you know, the light of the universe, right? But the point is that's how you battle darkness, is you create things that darkness never expected or never saw coming. And that's what the elderberry. So when I talk to a friend about it, I'll be like, you will not see anything like this. And this is to kind of upgrade for what the darkness does. So, you know, important things when you think about it. Really important. Let's make a little thyme water. Could try that, you guys. Honor to have you guys here talking about building up your system, protecting your system. That's the vitamin C shock therapy right there. I'm going to move it over. Okay. And you can essentially do anything. You can take ginger, you can grate it, you can chop it up, you can throw it into some hot water, you can make ginger water. So, and just so you know, Vimergy has distributors around the world. Go to the website, Vimergy.com, V as in Victor, I, M as in Mary, E-R-G-Y, Vimergy.com, and look for the distributor that's closest to you around the world. If you're from another area, you know, on the planet, right? It's for people asking about it. All right. So we talked about the olive leaf. That's something that is really important right now, the zinc shock therapy. So that's 2 dropperfuls every 3 hours, 2 days, 3 days. And check it out, medical medium information right there. Got the licorice, got the lemon balm I talked about. B12 is a great one too, because what happens is when we're exposed to critters that knock us down, and then we're just beaten down from it, right? You need something to support the central nervous system, something to help the central nervous system reboot back up. Because that fatigue people get when they get hit by that storm, they get that fatigue. And it's like it's critical that you get B12 into the central nervous system, because the B12 just gets knocked right out of people. So when you're up against stuff and you start getting that and everything and all that with it, your immune system, it takes a beating, but your nervous system takes a beating too. Your whole system gets kind of beaten down. Dr. Fine MD, good to see you. So there you go. So we're talking about that. That's a vitamin D3 right there. So that's a really high quality D3. So what I'm going to do is put some drops in the shot glass right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop 10 in there. That's the D3 from Vimergy right there. I know that everybody's vitamin D crazy. They're like, D crazy, D, hey, D. You know, and everybody's always asking about D. That's the one I use right there. You'll notice that is definitely a supreme product, right? So that's my shot glass. So let's make some thyme water really quick. So grab this, put a little thyme in here. If you can't get a supplement for some reason, because you just can't get one, or you can't get a really good quality one, so you're using a less quality one, and the less quality one you can't guarantee is like giving you what you need, I mean, you can just go to the store, get some thyme. If you don't grow your own thyme, just get some. Put a bunch in like this. This is what I do every day. I drink thyme water every day right now. Look at that. And you could put more in there. You can make it really strong. You can just put some sprigs and you let it sit overnight in the fridge. You can just let it sit overnight there. Sit overnight. This is fresh thyme water. And you can do fresh thyme tea too. So you can actually make fresh thyme tea. Get the hot water going. Put the thyme in here. And you can make yourself fresh thyme tea. How incredible is that? Right? How amazing. What does thyme do? It stays in your blood system for a long duration. And it has anti-critter properties. Lots of anti-critter properties. You don't know what critter is? Use your imagination. We're talking about everybody being sick. You know what I mean? Coughing and everything else. So we're talking about people being sick, and there's anti-critter properties in that thyme right there. So you can do the thyme water. You can do thyme tea. This is fresh thyme water, fresh thyme tea. So I could show you some fresh thyme tea really quick too. Let's do that. So we're going to get this going right here. We're going to make some hot water. Do that really quick. Make some hot, fresh thyme tea. Hope you guys are having good holidays so far, and all is well in your life. So what I love about the thyme tea is you can have it every single day. You can have it all day long. I'll do. What about thyme essential oil? No, Joanne, don't put thyme essential oil. Don't ingest thyme essential oil. Don't do that. Like, don't ingest it. Not a good idea. It's got to be fresh. Elizabeth says it's got to be fresh thyme. It has to be fresh thyme. Has to be fresh. Watch my essential oil video on Rumble. If you're curious, watch my essential oil video on Rumble. For sure. You love thyme tea, Marilyn? Amazing. So we're going to make some thyme tea. I got some hot water in there. I'm going to put some sprigs in here. Fresh thyme tea. Look at that. You can put lemon in here if you want. How incredible is that for your system right now at this time of year with everything going on? Look at that. Do not underestimate thyme, whatever you do. Steep for 10 to 15 minutes and then strain. You can do that. Steep for 10, 15 minutes and then strain. You can add some lemon to that. So it's lemon thyme tea. You can put a little honey in there if you really want. But there you go. You got the thyme tea and it's steeping right now. You can steep it longer than 10 to 15 minutes, but you want the minimum 10, 15 minutes is the minimum. That's what you want. So that's important. So this is incredible for what we're up against right now today. Okay? That's a great one right there. So we got the thyme tea, we got the thyme water, we talked about the vitamin C shock therapy, we talked about the zinc shock therapy, which is 2 dropperfuls every 3 hours. We'll talk about some wild blueberry juice. Are you guys doing any wild blueberry juice for your system right now? Keeping your system strong for this time of year? Right? Those intense antioxidants, all those intense, strong antioxidants, right? This is a really important one too. I do work with Wyman's though. So I'm just going to let you know, I work with Wymans. Reason why I work with Wymans on this is because this is an entirely different thing all on its own that I don't want to disappear. I don't want this to disappear someday. They pick the wild blueberry out of the field, the wild blueberry, okay, which cannot be killed. Nothing can kill the wild blueberry plant because of its strength. So for thousands and thousands of years, right, it has adapted and it can handle fire and then grow back. And you see, what people don't realize is that when fires go through forests, nothing grows back unless a bird or a squirrel goes onto the property, onto the land, and then poops a seed. So when a bird is flying by and goes to the bathroom and drops seeds down on that land, that's the only time you can get things to start growing back, when you've had wildfires. Because wildfires, when they burn everything to the ground, like really burn everything to the ground, nothing will grow back. So you have to have a squirrel bring a nut to plant a new tree, right? Well, the wild blueberry plant is the only plant on the planet where you can burn it to the ground. We're talking flame like no one's ever seen. Like just burn it to the ground. A wildfire, anything like that, right? You can torch it to the ground and it'll grow back up. It'll grow back up fast. So its roots are that strong and it just doesn't get killed off. And so that's one reason why wild blueberry is just an amazing species all on its own. But I can't say enough about like wild blueberry juice. So I work with Wymans because for them to pick the wild blueberry and press it. So it's not like when you go to the store and you see that HPP stuff or whatever. That's different. That HPP stuff, that's not like, this is actually, they take the wild blueberry and they press those wild blueberries and you get something that's like, this supersedes wine. Supersedes wine altogether, right? So I don't know if you guys are doing your shot glasses of this, but the anthocyanin levels are something that no one's ever, you can't even touch that with wild blueberry. It's incredible. That's a tonic, right? Lauren Brown, I thought you said no lemon in hot water. So lemon for tea is great. Can do it anytime you want. It's not going to flush your liver or flush your body when it's used for tea in hot water, okay? But lemon in 32 ounces of water or 16 ounces of water or even 8 ounces of water, just even lemon in water that's not hot will then stay active and flush poisons and toxins out of your liver and out of your body. See? So if you want to do the lemon water to flush poisons and toxins out of the liver and the body, then you have to make sure it's not in hot water or hot water. You got to make sure it's in regular water, like room temperature water, or cold water is fine, or just lukewarm water or something. But you don't want it in hot water. When you put it in tea, it's different. So you can do it medicinally in tea, and you get other medicine out of your lemon when you have it in hot water, but that's not the same thing. You can't flush your liver then. You want to flush your liver, you have to have the 32 ounces of lemon water with the lemon juice, not in hot water. Medical medium information. Where do you buy the wild blueberry juice? Shop, S-H-O-P, .wymans.com. So Wymans is W-Y-M-A-N-S, shop.wymans.com. So that's the blueberry juice, right? So I just took a shot of that. I'm going to take another shot of it. I've been doing so much today that I really haven't had too much of anything. I had some celery juice this morning though. Tammy, but doesn't lemon warm up when you put it in your body? Well, the temperature that comes out of the kettle is really hot. And if your blood was that hot, you wouldn't be here right now. So you can't have your blood, the temperature of your body, right, cannot be as hot as the water in the kettle. The water in the kettle is 120, 30, 40, 60, 180 degrees. And that's what that is, right? So you got to be really careful, right? If you're meaning in the sense, Heather says it's the cognitive dissonance. Anthony, once you say one word, someone will get triggered and go blank. Well, look, it's when it comes down when it comes down to it, though. So this is important to know, is that yeah, I mean it's true. I mean, yeah, I totally understand. When it comes down to it with the hot water in the body and stuff, your temperature is 98.5, 97.4, 97.8, 98.6, 98.7. So everybody's body temps run at different temperatures, right? A lot of people run, like I run a really low body temp, and a lot of people run a higher body temp. They'll be like 98.6. They'll be like 98.7, right? They'll run a higher body temp, but that can't hurt it can't hurt lemon going in you, because that's not 130 degrees, 120 degrees. Or here's the problem, if you cook your lemon, so say your water comes out of that kettle at $1.40 and you put your lemon in there, you just killed your lemon juice. And then the water cools down and you think, well, now the water's cool enough for me to drink. No, the lemon won't flush because it's been killed off in there with the high temperature it had. So, but you want to flush out your liver, you want to flush out your blood, you want to flush everything out. You need that lemon water being like it is. And that's another system builder right there. The reason why you see oranges here and you see lemons in here, because we're talking about system builders. So what I like doing is making some fresh squeezed orange juice. That's what I like to do. Lemon and tea, some abilities of the lemon survive, but not the flushing and poison remover ability. So the flushing and poison remover ability, right, inside your liver, that's not going to make it if your lemon juice gets hot. That's not going to you're not going to flush out the intestinal tract or the liver. It can't happen. So you're not going to be able to do that liver flush, that intestinal tract flush, poisons and toxins, your kidney flush. You're not going to be able to do your kidney flush if the lemon got too hot. So if your lemon is in your tea, you can't do your kidney flush and your liver flush and your intestinal flush. But there's going to be still medicinal chemical compounds in there that are going to help you when you're doing it in your tea. That's the difference. So it's important to know. So let's go. Let's keep on moving on a couple more things. Let's cut some aloe too. What I do is aloe every day during this time of year, especially. So medical meme information. There's some aloe right there. Right? Talks about aloe a lot. That's a great system builder right there for what's happening for people. So what I do is I cut this just like that. I didn't cut all the way through. I cut that part. So I ran the knife like this. Just like this. And then you can open it like that. Now you can do it any way you want. You can take a spoon in there. You can do it that way. I take the knife and I kind of fillet that top off of there, right? There we go. I'm going to open it up. You guys see that? You guys see that on Telegram? Okay. And then I take the knife and I fillet that part out right there. And you can take this. Now, this is incredible right now as far as for a protection method. Something that should be added in. You might be somebody that only has, access to aloe, like this, fresh aloe, but you don't have access to thyme or access to an orange or access to lemons right now or access to these incredible supplements. And so eating it like that is great, really incredible for you. So that's another option. So we talked about the micro C. That's a big one right there. Olive leaf, that's incredible for now, what people are going through, right? You got the D3 for the people that love the D3 and want the D3. Got the lemon balm. That's the 10-to-1 I talked about. You got the zinc shock therapy. You got the cat's claw. And then Goldenseal is a big one right now. I'm just looking for the Goldenseal. I, for some reason, can't find it. But Goldenseal, that's a big deal. And I'll actually get a Goldenseal in a moment, too. What I love about the Goldenseal is it's one of the most important things we can do right now, too, at this time. I freeze chunks. So you freeze aloe chunks. There's frozen chunks. The only thing that you got to make sure if you buy the frozen chunks of aloe at the store or at the market, make sure it's not laced. Look at the package. Look at the ingredient list. Check it all out. Okay, that's important right there. Because make sure there's no citric acid in there. That's important. Citric acid, any kind of natural flavors, any kind of weird fillers, any kind of other chemicals, any of that. Like, make sure that's not there. So here's the Goldenseal. So I'm going to drop that in. Any friend, any family member. Like, I'm getting calls and texts off the hook. Some people I haven't talked to in a year, 2 years. Some people I haven't talked to, some family members I haven't talked to in like a year because things have been crazy and busy. Like, you name it. Like, everybody's reaching out to me right now because they're like, oh my God, I think I'm sick. And I'm like, where's your Goldenseal? Because you need to be doing 4 to 6 dropperfuls of Goldenseal 4 times a day. If you got that cough coming on, if you got that mucus coming on, if you got the sinus drainage on, you better be doing like 4 to 6 dropperfuls. That's, that's what I would recommend a family member, but you guys do whatever you guys want to do. Ask your doctor what's right for you. Call your doctor up and say, hey, can I take Goldenseal? But this is a big one right here, is the Goldenseal. It's so important. Kathy said, we killed the bug in 4 days with all your stuff. Thank you. Kathy, awesome. You hammered it. You hammered it is what you did. So, if you guys want to know, okay, Lori says with Goldenseal, always 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, or for rare, like, okay, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, right? When you're battling like the UTIs or something, or you're battling like BV, bacterial vaginosis, or a sty, or you're battling like a scratchy throat, right? And even then, you don't have to do 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, right? Now, if you're battling like a strep, if you're battling some kind of like mucus and congestion because of what's going on right now, because of the critters that are going around that everybody's getting right now, man, I have family members that are on it more than 2 weeks. I got them on it for like a month. Now, I got some friends on it for like a month, and then they can take a week off, sure. But you can do the on and off, right? But you can also stay on it for a while, too, and stay on it for a while. I mean, ask your doctor what's right for you, but I'm just telling you what I offer my friends and family. Like, what I would do is I would stay on it if I had something really going on that was tugging on me and tugging on me strong, right? So, yeah. So celery juice is a great one right there. You guys can use that for your immune system. Celery juice, could bring that in. Strengthen the body. That's something too that every day. So now what I also do is the barley grass juice powder. I do the spirulina. That's what I do too. So I do the barley grass juice powder and the spirulina. So what I do is a teaspoon of each one. Right there. I'll mix it up with coconut water. That's something I do. Or I'll take a little plastic bag. I'll put a few scoops of this in a plastic bag, like a little zippy bag, and I'll take that when I'm traveling. And so I can go in there and I could take it and I put it in some coconut water. I can go buy a coconut water somewhere where I'm traveling, and I could just literally just get the spirulina and the barley grass juice powder, also to keep my system strong, also to help keep on removing toxins. So that's important too. So you guys, I'm going off to Instagram. I hope you guys coming with me. I'm going to go on there pretty soon too. I'm just going to straighten up a little bit and then we're going to head on. We're going to be on there. So sign up to the newsletter. medicalmedium.com. The link is right there for the newsletter. It's in the description. It's in the profile, right? And sign up to the newsletter so you know about the Medical Medium Morning Cleanse Challenge. Giving you guys a forewarning, it's going to be fun as heck. So we're going to do the Medical Medium Morning Challenge in January. Somewhere in early January, somewhere around there. I'll keep you posted through the newsletter, so make sure that you sign up to the newsletter, all right? And you might want to have this book handy at the time for January. So if you don't have the book for January, make sure you have it handy, okay? Now, just for the record, the Medical Medium Morning Cleanse Challenge is free. It's free, okay? It's free. It's not that you don't have to sign up to and pay all this money to do the Medical Medium Morning Cleanse Challenge. It's free. Marja says, I signed up but still don't get emails. Did you sign up recently, though? Because we had a glitch. So, Marja, try to sign up again. So check out the link right there and try to sign up again, because we had a link that wasn't working and nobody could sign up to the newsletter for quite a while. And you might have been like one of those people that were trying to sign up and you couldn't. So try to sign up again. So check it out. The link is in the description. And check spam, too, in case we send it to you and it went to spam. So we send the emails to you and they go to spam. So check that out as well. All right. And you guys, for January, make sure you have Cleanse to Heal right here. I'm going on IG. We're going to have some fun. We're still going to be talking about how to keep the system strong and how to keep the critters away and how to protect yourselves. You guys, you know I love you. I'll see you soon. I can't wait. Going on IG pretty soon. I'm going to turn TikTok back on and Telegram back on. So I'm going to keep you guys back on.